My name is Jaimelyn Gray, and I just wanted to talk to you for a few minutes because we're about to start this journey called Rehearsal Recovery together. Our first episode is going to premiere tomorrow, and I wanted to introduce myself a little because I realized that I just sort of jumped into interviews, and so I'm talking to all these other people and having a really great time and learning about them and telling their story of their artistry and recovery. And I think somebody asked at one point, so when are you gonna introduce yourself? So I thought I'd take a minute to just talk a little bit about myself and a little bit about my background and how I came to think about producing a podcast called Rehearsal Recovery. So I was born and raised in Manitowoc, Wisconsin, and just a small town on the lake shore of Lake Michigan, and grew up in really a drinking culture, as much of Wisconsin as is Manitowoc. And, you know, by the time I got to graduating high school, I was really familiar with the culture of drinking. I myself had not drank at that time, but really after I graduated high school that summer, I took off a running and went to lots of parties, and even into my first few months of college at UW-Stevens Point. I eventually dropped out of UW-Stevens Point after a couple months. Some of that is I just didn't have the support that I needed, but also I was partying too hard and just partied right out of school. And so my connection to alcohol started right there and then. I like I said, I was off and running. And so for the next, what is that? 20 some years, I did what a lot of people do and drink for any reason, and did the slow and steady, you know, devolving into alcohol addiction. And I come from a family that has a long history of connections to alcohol. I have many family members who have stopped drinking themselves, and for various reasons. And then on 7 of 17, I myself stopped my connection to alcohol, and woke up that morning and went, okay, I'm going to try to not drink today. And I did that and have done that now for 9 years. And I say a lot, and you'll hear me say often, you know, this last time I quit drinking wasn't the first time I tried to quit drinking. There were many times where I had gone, you know, 2 week long periods of abstinence from alcohol. I myself, I was never a other substances, other drug user. Alcohol was my drug of choice, and so that is my knowledge and my connection to substance use, my personal connection to substance use. And but I'm happy to share my experience, and you'll hear more of my life and my story as we talk to other people and you know, hear their stories and the connections that we artists build as we have those conversations. I'm also I'm an actor, director, producer. I have my own theater company. It's called The Constructivists, of which these posters behind are examples of our work. That is, we are going into our 9th season of The Constructivists now, and you can see how maybe there's some connection there. I stopped drinking 9 years ago. We're going into our 9th season of the Constructivists. So yes, I stopped drinking and then started a theater company. So that is my accomplishment of And I can tell you that that I never ever would have started a theater company myself had I not gone on that journey of saying I'm done with alcohol. And so again, you can go to theconstructivist.org to find out more information about that company and what we do and how we work. But I'm largely here to help other people tell their stories as well as mine as artists and people who are in recovery from substance and alcohol use, and hope that through this journey together we can find some hope and some good tales of how to move forward once you've decided to stop whatever substance it is that you're using that's holding you back and moving on into recovery. I can also say that I am a certified peer recovery coach. I got that certification this past March, and so I have some knowledge as far as peer recovery is concerned in that area as well, and I hope to use some of that knowledge and experience in this process as well. So I hope you join us often, join us on the regular, follow us on the social medias, and I hope that if you are in recovery, if you're curious about recovery, if you're not even thinking about recovery, or maybe it's a family member you're hoping will find some recovery, I hope that you join us and share with us your stories. You can email rehearsalandrecovery@gmail.com at any time to reach out. You can go to rehearsalandrecovery.com to put in your information and reach out to tell your story. I'm hoping to have interviews on my couch here in my office and talk to people face to face, because I love face to face conversation. But also, if I do have friends who are far away who also want to tell their stories, and so we will do those online as well. So it'll be a mixture of in-person and online interviews if you're watching on the YouTubes, but then also obviously you can hear this on a myriad of podcast platforms and just listen that way. And then it doesn't matter whether or not they're in person or online. It doesn't matter because you're just listening. So that's it. But again, I hope you reach out, and I hope you watch often, and I'm looking forward to sharing some stories with you, sharing some experiences, and hopefully talking with you later. So thank you so much for listening these few minutes, and have a good one.